both your characters are kind of going through something of a midlife crisis. For the adults in the audience, what do you think Paddington can teach them just about getting older?
Well, I think in Mr. Brown's case, where he thinks that life is passing him by and he's missed promotion and now the wheels are falling off, by the end he realises that he's still got a bit of his mojo. So I think if there's a little life lesson here is it's not over till the fat bear sings.
What does my character, Phoenix Buchanan, what does he teach an adult? Well, nothing. To live in the past, to care only about yourself, and to see the bad in everyone, which has really always been my philosophy.
There's a great scene in Paddington where Mr. Brown says that Paddington looks for the best in everyone. How do you think we can do the same for people in our lives?
Well, I think this film, he does say at one point, Paddington looks for the best in people and somehow he finds it, and I think that's a fairly good philosophy to live by.
What would he have said about Hitler?
Well, he would have said, lose the tash, and just, be a bit nicer to people.
He would have admired his energy.
Yeah. Okay. Look, it's a family film. We're trying to find nice, positive values. You don't need to drag in, things like that.
But it's because I genuinely love the philosophy. Even as a cynical 57-year-old Englishman, I think it's enchanting. I was enchanted by the film when I saw it, and I think it's a great philosophy to try and find the positive in people. But there must be exceptions. Pol Pot.
Yeah. Okay, granted. Yeah. Okay, let's sit down with Paddington and discuss that with him.
Okay, wow, this is going in a completely different direction than what I thought it was going to go. Well, the first Paddington movie was very much about family and themes of family. This one seems to be much more about community. What do you think it can teach children just about giving back to their communities?
Well, I think it's very simple that small acts of kindness go a long way, and there's two lovely little sequences that demonstrate that perfectly. Which is, you see a sequence in which Paddington's presence in the community and the good that it brings to the neighbourhood, and then what the effect of his absence is, and how the wheels start falling off a bit, and how chinks in the natural rhythm of the neighbourhood start to show, and there are fractures. So I think this, as Hugh said, that the simple philosophy of trying to show small acts of kindness going a long way and looking for the best in people, idealised as that is and idealistic as it is, it's not a bad way to start.
But I also think that the film may play that all stuff may be differently in America. Mm-hmm. For instance, Paddington's very nice to his neighbours, takes an interest in them, in their little private dramas and all that. And because to the British that seems weird and alien, but of course to Americans that's perfectly nice. They're nice to their neighbours. Mm. You get in an elevator here in America and people go, "How are you doing? How's your day?" Mm. In Britain, no one talks to anyone.
Certainly not on a film set.
No.